For today's video, we have the Q&A going into round 17. So I think this will be the final Q&A for this year. The other questions I think we'll just answer on the podcast now because pretty much everyone is 1 or 0 upgrades, or there's not a whole lot to do or speak about anymore. So, but nonetheless, people still want their questions answered, so we'll answer them. And yeah, I think we have about 85 comments here in the review video. I'll try and condense a few, so probably about 70 of them are questions, so we'll see how we go. So before we start, I'll just quickly speak on Cam Guthrie. No more tears or ranting on this for the time being, but I think he's a hold. But my dilemma is, do I grab a forward in 2 trades and we have 2 trades left, or grab Danger and use 3 trades and get him next week? So I can always have a look at Guthrie and get him back next week if that makes sense. It doesn't really matter. As long as I get Dangerfield. It's just that because Dangerfield's price next week, he skyrockets and it puts me in trouble. So I'll just leave it there. I think Guthrie's a hold unless you really have the trades to do it. But for me, I'm in a situation where I want Dangerfield and no one else. So that's kind of how that works. Anyway, that's enough on that issue. But yeah, otherwise I would hold. If it wasn't for Dangerfield, I would hold. But I'll get a look at him next week anyway. Guthrie. So we have a few questions here. First question is from Matt. He says, lol. He's probably laughing at the video. Or at me. One of the two. Maybe both. Whatever. That's okay. Fezzy T, regular commenter. So thank you for your support, Fezzy. Here's a long question here. He's just saying he brought in Jose Cameron, and then score 350s and injury trade, so that's pretty rough, and had Bond captain. Yeah, he says, what's the best antidepressant you know of? Go for a run. Yeah, I think that's a good antidepressant. Do some fitness or something. But yeah, that kind of sucks being in that situation. Not a doctor or anything like that. Not medical advice. I'm just saying, going for a run can make you feel a bit better. Josh Goldsmith says, as a wise man once said, it's fine. Yeah, I say that a lot. I say it automatically. So it's not fine anymore, unfortunately. We kind of blew it this year. Really did. A little bit of luck as well, but I think even without luck, we wouldn't have finished like top 200 like we were in position to. Or even better. So that's okay. I guess I got to say it. It's fine, and we move on. Jacob Petrelli. Hey, Jord, no S. No one ever calls me Jords in real life. It's always been Jordan or Geordie growing up. I don't know why. I don't even like Jords. I just made it because it's more distinct from Jordan. So, because I don't really know anyone that's called Jord. So that's why I did it. So no one calls me Jords. It's Jordan or Geordie, or my last name. So that's fine. Anyway, hey Jord, would you consider starting Zeeble or hold next year? I love talking about next year. It's my focus right now. Because I wouldn't say I lost interest in this year, but just sit back and hope at this point with the rest of the team with 7 weeks to go. Would I start Hall or Zeeble? I don't think so. I like, in defense, is a little bit more leeway for age, just because the role is way less taxing than inside mid. So inside mid, I prefer like 29 to 23. With defenders, you can get away with 30, 31, I think. I still prefer lower, but does Zeeble play defense next year? And does Hall play defense as well? Probably. We'll get a look. I don't think I'll start them. Yeah, it's a weird one because they could be D1, D2, but it's like, are they going to repeat this year? I think it's going to change in that defensive setup because they're both, they're going to be 30, 31. So it's not only the age, it's like, do they need like Luke McDonald's position, do they want him as a long-time winger? Or as soon as Zeeble or Hall go downhill, do they want McDonald in that defense? So, yeah. I prefer players that have a far less risk in terms of role risk, because I still see them going to next year potential role risk. But this year they just work so well. But yeah, we'll get a gist of what North are doing next preseason. At the moment, I'm not planning on it. I think it's probably Stewart, Ridley. Stewart might be a bit expensive, so not sure. But Ridley, definitely. We lost Whitfield. Whitfield's not TPP, apparently. Who's the other one? Maybe Lloyd again. We'll see. Even Heppel, maybe. We'll see. Not sure. Harry says, regret the day I bought in Guthrie, George. Cost me 8 league wins. Yeah, us Guthrie owners are pain. That's okay. Gus says, can't wait for Guthrie to score 120 and Danger 80 this week. It'll probably happen. Guthrie's probably fine. But I can actually look at him next week to see if he's fine. It's just regardless of what I do, Danger costs 3 trades with or without Guthrie, basically, just because of how it works. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's Guthrie could bounce back. I'm very well prepared for it, but I just feel Danger will clear forward probably by 20 to 30 points, potentially. Maybe 15 to 20 is more realistic, but... yeah, just their fixtures opened up and he's had a year off of rest. So he doesn't need to go berserk every game. He'll probably drop a 70 at some way, but will also might go berserk again. Tattoo Amade says, the worst part of this game is the ups and downs of scoring, mate. Yeah, of course you hold through ups and downs, but when there's situations such as Dangerfield available, yeah, it's just... But yeah, it's a hard one. A bit like, we speak too much about premiums. Like we spoke about Ridley on the pod too much. We spoke about Shea and Langford when, you can make a case to trade them, but you don't. Like fundamentally you hold them. They're fine. All of them. So even like sometimes their role will change slightly. Sometimes their time on ground might be a bit weird, but they'll just keep playing. They're not going to, likely they're not going to be injured through the whole year or anything, or something is up with them, but, yeah, of course, you hold. Unless, for example, the only situation, again, is, like, if you're trading a forward, it's to get Dangerfield. That's literally the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dream of trading Shea or Langford. But, yeah. Ups and downs of scoring, yeah. It's just the nature of the game. Holding your nerve is pretty hard in this game. For me, anyways. Some people might have better nerves than me, but... sometimes you just start making up cases like, they might be losing their role and then they get their role back the week after and stuff like that because of and that was the scoring. But yeah, it's just the general nature of the game. But yeah. YTB, probably the boys. Hey George, heard on the podcast this week you're looking for ideas to do since it's towards the end of the season. Would love if you 3 did a podcast. So me, JD, and Enno, go back to the start of the year, what your teams would be. Or you could do a video on that. So like what our teams would be, like maybe what changes we would make at the start of the season. For me, dropping Impey at the last second was really stupid. I also dropped Tom Stewart at the last second to get Oliver and Bergman in. Even though Oliver's been great, I kind of wish I had Impey and Stewart instead. Yeah, because that cost me a trade to get Impey, so it was a bit annoying. But yeah, what would I do at the start of the year? I guess we'll do a video on this. I think ignoring Isaac coming, I guess no one really saw Isaac coming, but his numbers have always been really good in the VFL or the NEFL. I guess it's NEFL, but the Giants lost like 4 defenders or something. Like Phil Davis was out for a while, I think. I think Haynes was injured. And then they lost Zach Williams, they lost Heath Shaw, they lost Whitfield at the start of the year. So there was just wide open space, and he's been developing for 3, 4, 5 years now, and we all went for Jordan Clark or Hayden Young instead. Jordan Clark I can understand because we kind of got conned by Chris Scott with the role. The upside of him was too hard to pass up, just didn't eventuate. But as soon as they played him, they just shoved him half forward, basically half forward wing, I think after round 2. And then Hayden Young was just so injury prone, and that's why I didn't start him. And fortunately, that's how it panned out for me anyway. But unfortunate for him because he's a gun junior apparently. So that's probably what I would do. Yeah, I would have wished I thought a bit deep into Isaac coming instead of thinking, well, he hasn't been able to break the team for 4 or 5 years. He's probably no good. I guess it's so hard to predict that. But yeah, I was happy with very happy with the midfield I started. Even though I started Merritt, completely fine, durable. Known quantity. Forward line was good. Atkins and Dunkley were my F1, F2, and then starting Daniel was a stuff up. Again, with Daniel, proven over 2 years, lost all his kickouts. So, like, literally all of them now. So, I don't think anyone really saw that coming. And then the new rules was like, I think we overplayed the new rules. But we didn't know for sure, so it was hard to tell. Sean, hey George, thoughts on trading Highmore to Rowan Marshall? Yeah, I'll do it. Rowan's a risk with injury, but he only has to get through 7 games, so it's just, he was supposed to have surgery a long time ago. I don't know for sure if the surgery's fixed it, but surgery sounds like a much better solution, because Rosie I think he had similar surgery, and he's played just about every game, I think. So I can't remember. Probably worth looking that up. But I know Rosie's played most of the year after having surgery, when he should have had it a long time ago. James 82, Jordan, you might need to take out the 43 again. So the 43 is some 43 liqueur, some alcohol I found in my parents' cupboard, and I drank it last year. Yeah, I don't know. Probably need to. I just think sometimes I have to get up early on Monday, so I prefer, my body doesn't tolerate anything. Like, don't have gluten, don't have sugar, as in like bad sugar, cane sugar. Don't have like alcohol, like vodka, can't tolerate. Can have a hard liquor, like a 2 or 3 shots, but yeah, I just can't. My stomach is just destroyed at the moment, so it's like I prefer not to. But if we run out of trades, which is very possible, I didn't really plan for. Already had Impy go down, which was 1 injury trade, so I guess everyone had it. But yeah, it might need to come out at some point again for the last time. But yeah, the viewership has gone down a lot. I think general interest in Supercoach has gone down. I mean, I used to listen to a few podcasts earlier in the year. Past a month, I just can't be bothered listening to anything else. So, but yeah, next year I'll listen to those things again and get my interest up a bit more. But right now it's just cruising, just a bit over this year. So yeah. D-Mac asks Hind, Dale or Marshall. I would say Dale. I like Hind a lot. With Dale just gets 3 points. He's getting like 60% kickouts, I think. It's 3 points, so you know, if Hind was getting kickouts, it'd clearly be Hind, but Dale gets 3 points from kickouts, so it's Dale. But Hind could go close to him because he's a gun. Butters 507k, his last forward, should play this week from Stephen. Nah. See how he goes. Again, we've seen it with Dangerfield, we've seen it with Whitfield, and even Neil. They need a few weeks, 2-3 weeks to ramp up. Butters, I think, is playing limited minutes this week from memory. I can't remember. So no. Will Stanford says, not the only one with Guthrie, George. I'm holding him. Yeah, that's completely. It's what you should do. Just it's fine. Donkey Kong, interesting name. I'm running Nick Nat and Gorn and want to trade one to Grundy. Keep Nick Nat over Gorn in the top 100. No, I'd keep Gorn. Hey George, thoughts on DeGoey? Last 2 games in the mid turned up twice. With DeGoey, it's like you can see he's capable, but he can't do it consistently, and he's injury prone. I guess he's 400k, so it's like whatever. Not the worst punt, and the upside is there. Probably needs to kick a few goals which he can do. So, not sure. I wouldn't do it. Put it that way. I wouldn't. I can see it working, but I wouldn't do it. If you don't like the alternatives and that's the price you need to go for, I think it's fine. But it's DeGoey. Like, he's injury prone. He's inconsistent. So, yep. Like, if you gave me $50 and said, put it on DeGoey scoring 65 or 120, I would not know which one to pick. Like, I wouldn't know. Could be either. So, yeah, the role was there, I guess. So you could if you want. I wouldn't know, but I can see it working. If that's a helpful answer. Reckon I'll start Stephen May next year. So many scoring avenues and a beautiful kick from Dylan. Yeah, I like Stephen May a lot. You could. I like him as upgrade target because in his position, sometimes he won't be able to be freed up and he'll drop a 50 and then you can pick him up. So for that reason, I prefer him as upgrade target. But yeah, his floor's been probably raised a bit because he's getting 60% of kickouts a game. So yeah, perfectly fine. Might be underpriced again because of that concussion game. George, I scored 14-26 with CCJ and Guthrie. Oh my goodness, that's a buy round score. Like a round 14 buy round score if you went badly. I've got no more trades left which is a huge worry. And head injuries. Hoping McRae and Briggs get named. Okay, so he had CCJ at F6 and he's had trades. He had CCJ and Guthrie. Okay, yeah, I guess you just hold. There's nothing you can do, but maybe you got to plan a little better and go for value a bit more next year. Nothing really more to say. Yeah, look, fair enough if you're down to fair enough if you're down to 2 trades, for example, in a finished team, but yeah, not great when you have no trades left and CCJ. Yeah, I guess maybe just a lesson for next year. It's hard. The game can be hard. Things happen during the year. Mark Mahoney. Mark Omani, whatever. Should I upgrade CCJ to Dale or Marshall or put Laird in the midfield and get Ridley? Assuming he's like Danger in the mids or something, I'd get Ridley. Go Rids. Daniel Saunders, getting Danger now, even though he's not going to reach that score again, and now I only have 1 trade, 7k. Things are going to get ugly. Yeah, I'm in a similar position. I'll be 1 trade next week with Danger, but a little bit nervous if I get an injury this week. I might have to hold off and go for like a 300k player. Or 350k player, I think. We'll see. That's if an injury happens, a long-term one, but we'll see. Hey, Jules, I can either use 2 trades to go to Danger to finish my team, but only have 1 injury trade left for the year, or use 1 trade for a 500k forward and have 2 trades for the rest of the year. Thoughts? I'm in the exact same position. But just because of how this week panned out with Danger 180. His other option, he says, is going he needed Danger and leaving with 2 trades, but fielding Waitman. You know, it's a little risky, but I'm going down to 1 to get Danger. I hate it. I really didn't want to be in this position, but I would go down to 1, but be warned, I think. Yeah, it's risky, but I think it's worth the risk because it's Dangerfield. Gallo says, once Guthrie did his AC joint, he was gone. Fair enough. Burnt trade and damned. Yeah. Fair enough. He got bought in, which is great. I wish I did that, but didn't realise he'd be laid out. I was out. I wasn't home. I just checked Twitter and then started raging and then went on my merry way. But yeah, I think in hindsight, you trade on AC joint injuries for inside mids. You can see because the one game he had 34 touches. Last week, it was all junk outside crap. So maybe he just needs a bit more time. But yeah. Burns, he says, I feel you, I bought in Guthrie the same week you did. Feels like it's sell everyone my season. I think it's probably cost us 500 points and it's probably going to cost us like almost 1,000 in total by the end of the year if we hold. So, yeah. Unfortunate. But this blonde head Malacca. Yeah, that's what I called Guthrie. Guthrie, it's not his fault. It's just got frustrated. So shouldn't have said that about him, but yeah. So you have Darcy. I brought in Darcy. Very nice. George, how important is it to get Parrish? I might go from 2 injured trades to 1 by either getting Wines or Oliver for him this week. By trading either going Wines or Oliver to Parrish, burning a trade to do it. Is that worth it? Nah, I wouldn't. I know Parrish. I think Parrish is. I think I would just hold in that situation. Oliver and Wines are still fine. Arctic Tooley. George, you think I have hit the mud? So that mud we say in Discord all the time. Mud is in bad. I have 3 trades left, 1k in the bank with CCJ F6. I need to keep Bianco D7 as cover, or just YOLO pick 280k guy like Cozzy Pickett, Ben King, or Luke Dalhouse. Don't go those three. Cozzy's been terrible for the second half of the year, I think. Ben King, no. Ben King's probably the best one out of those three. Can you somehow get to like a 400k forward? Like trade like Newcomb or something next week? Oh, I suppose you got to trade this week. I suppose it's Ben King from that lot, or get to like a 400k forward if you can. And go down to one injury trade. Because yeah, Ben King, you're just gonna league points. Oh, we got a lot of questions to go. We'll start going a bit quicker. Okay, scored 2,600, very nice. Full send for Bont and Parrish in bye weeks 2 and 3, so that went very well. Okay, he has one trade left, but you have Bont and Parrish, so it's whatever. See how we go. Need a forward, so everything Supercoach says, need a forward for 415k to finish team and no cover. Okay, let's have a quick look. 415k. I think it's, dare I say it, Giordano De Goey. Herald Sun app, so slow, unreal. Forwards, 410. Darcy Cameron scored 30, that's weird. Joe Danaher, Tom Atkins, Aaron Norton. Oh, it's probably Matt Kennedy. He has a midfield role. Matt Kennedy, oh no, he's a bit, no. I think it's De Goey. I'd full send De Goey. Even Rosie's been okay lately. Yeah, you could go Rosie. Rosie's been quite good. 5-round average at 80. I think you just go Rosie, who seems like he's over his injury. Or De Goey. De Goey's got better upside, but I think Port's fixture is really nice. Pick between De Goey and Rosie, and whoever you like better. Both a little risky, but again, you're not gonna get a bulletproof option at that price. Caulfield, Dunkley or Zorko as last trade. King Dunkley, of course. Straight off the injury game, no problems. Josh Dunkley. Okay, so another question. Dean says he needs a forward with a max price of 490. Nick Hind. He wants to go Stringer. No, I'd go Nick Hind. Hind's a little safer. Hind. Yep, go Hind. Is Dow worth my second last trade for both my forward and midfield? For both. So okay, Gosshopper says he wants to trade in Dow for forward and midfield cover. Nah, don't worry about it. I've been playing a one-legged Dixon and also have Toby Green. I'm not really sure. Again, it's like, what's Dow's 3-round average? Because Dow was capable, but 3-round average 77. Doesn't seem to play very well in the second half. There's no tank. And his break even is, it must be low. -1. Mid cover. I think you have 2 injury trades. I think you just hold. I don't know. Didn't Dow have injuries as well? So he's like injury risk. I think I would hold. It's a hard one. Not really sure though. Hey George, this is from Tyson. Do I go CCJ and Madden out for a low 400k player and finish my team, or double downgrade and get a 500k player next week? I think I would grab the 500 next week and just field a rookie. For under 500, I think it's Nick Hind or Bailey or Dale and then Hind. the dark fish when you say it's fine, but it's really not fine, and they would never understand. I think that's a meme. I've got BM said I got 2550 with CC Dangerfield. Very nice. Stringer over Hind. No, I'd go Hind. Hind's safer. Walsh or Dangerfield is my second last upgrade. I'm okay. Walsh or Dangerfield. If you go Dangerfield, it has to be this week. So go Danger. And then I think he says he's got 2 upgrades left, so he wants Walsh. Walsh break even 56. Just go Dangerfield and then grab another 50k forward next week. Midfielder next week. Go Danger. Because the Walsh alternative is probably going to be closer to Walsh than the forward alternative is closer to Dangerfield. So go Dangerfield. Hey George, any forward under 315k for CCJ? I have a feeling I might have the answer. 320k forward. Okay, maybe I don't have the answer. I was gonna say Darling, but he's 327. Mackay's 330. 315k. Oh dear. Okay. Damn, Darling was close. Let's look at 5 run average. Is it? I think it's a Marty. Bailey Fridge. Oh, I'll probably go Bailey Fridge. I mean, there's nothing here. There's literally nothing. It's Waitman, Amadi, Paddy Dow. I think it's Paddy Dow. Paddy Dow has huge CBAs at the moment, I think. Probably just go Paddy Dow. I don't really trust Dow, but again, price. Go Paddy Dow. Thoughts on Ben King for CCJ, the only forward that would score in that price range? Well, Ben King is 320k for a reason. Played against the depleted Tigers, didn't he? No, I'd go Paddy Dow. I guess if it's 270k, I think it has to be Ben King though. Yep. Rob, Goldie, Hickey, or Marshall? Rob. Goose says, can go Waitman and Highmore to Danger, or I could hold another week or 2 and get Dangerfield and leave a little bit more in the bank. Just grab him now. Get him now. Yeah, I don't like Guth. Now he... Bully, welcome. I don't know what this question is. Doesn't make sense. This guy's... asked another question. It makes no sense. It just hasn't structured the... It's a weird question. Next question. Keith, yeah. But at least you don't have Guthrie, Bolton and Heaney. It's a little rough this week. Heaney would do your head in. Am I keeping CCJ? Maybe. Just depends on if I need his money or not next week. We'll see. Okay, I just had my best week scored. 2,558, very nice. Had CC Dangerfield. Would you say Marshall Saints is a good buy or wait a week for Butters? I'd go Marshall this week. Who do I trade in? Took, Lions, or Titch? Took. Go Took. Guess you could go Lions. All 3 are great options. I like Took. Lions fixture's a joke though. It might be Lions. But I think Lions loses a little bit of CBAs with Neil back, but I don't think it really matters too much. I think I'm going to say Took though. Butters came back in the SNFL, will be back this week. Is he a good option? I would wait a week on Butters. I don't like going blind because they might... Are they going to give him any mid-time straight up? I think he did play a bit in the SNFL though. Is he going to get limited minutes? So, I Don't like going blind. I hate it. Guthrie and CCJ to Dale and Sharp with 1 trade left and 1 upgrade to go. They're on 200k. Go 400k. So basically it's Dale and 2 trades left, or a 400k forward and 1 trade left. Go for the 400k forward. Don't go down to 0. George, I can get rid of CCJ this week and go straight up to Marshall or even Matt Kennedy, who's been playing well. Okay. He's saying use extra trade for danger or grab Marshall Kennedy. Use extra trade for danger. Okay, next question. So the question is, should I get rid of Highmore for Impey and Impey for Grundy and have no forward cover with CCJ out, leaving me with 3 trades and Waitman F6? Or should I get rid of Waitman, Coleman next week and try and get danger, but we're stuck with 1 injury trade? Just go danger. Probably grab danger. Danger in 1 trade. It's Dangerfield. It's going to outscore the next forward by a lot. Alex says, get Mason Wood for your forward line. He has 3 on average of 100. Apparently he's playing really well in high half forward role, but I don't think Saints have played much the past few weeks. Like played the Crows, Richmond, who are depleted. And they won this week against someone. Can't remember. No. Could work, but like I haven't monitored him and he doesn't have a midfield role, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Hey George, Marshall to go. Marshall. Stringer to go a potential cheap forward option. Yeah, it's risky. It's the midfield role is there. Consistency is unknown, but it's only 7 games. I wouldn't, but I can see him working. Best forward under 360k. Let's have a quick look. It's probably Tom Atkins. 360k. The problem with Tom Atkins is he said on a podcast, sometimes it's my turn to rebound and sometimes it's not my job to get the ball. So yeah, that's the problem. Aaron Mackay's only 3 on average, 73. Plays Geelong this week, that would be rough. Probably just Tom Atkins. But yeah, he could give you a 70 average, but again, I don't really know. Degoe, another question on Degoe. If you want, it's risky though. I wouldn't. If you could trade one of Smith or Highmore to a rookie. If I were you, I'd trade one of Smith or Highmore rookie. Okay, he says, if I were you, I'd trade one of Smith or Highmore to a rookie, then go CCJ to danger. That's a mathematical fail because I can't do that. I thought I was going to be able to do that, but it doesn't work with money. Which premier midfielder do I pick for my last spot? Oliver Lyons took Titch. Thoughts on Degoe? I already answered that. Best forward to get priced under Bailey-Dale, 465k and below. Let's have a quick look. Tom Hawkins. Okay, someone says that I should hold Guthrie. His midfield running patterns are quite good. But yeah. They're not using him inside as much. Okay. I've explained it before, but yeah. Regardless of will I keep or trade Guthrie or even get him back, I have to use 3 trades to get danger, so that's it. Someone just gave me a lecture, about 100 words. It's too long. Sorry, but at your stage with your situation, you can't afford to side trade premium for, let's say, worst case danger. As you mentioned, 75 average. You're going to burn a trade to gain what? Average 40 to 50 points on top of that. There's absolutely no risk reward. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, but it's Dangerfield. Okay. I guess it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's true. To side trade, again, it's a different situation. I don't know how many. This is the 5th time I've said it this video, but it's go down to 1 and get a forward, or go down to 1 and get Dangerfield, or go down to 2 and get another forward. And then I got to get a midfielder back, which could be Guthrie. So just depends how he goes, but probably not. But yeah, he's potential injury risk as well, I feel, with laid outs and stuff, which is unlikely, but I just don't trust it. There's absolutely no risk holding Guthrie. I don't really agree with that. There's arguments for and against. At this point, it's like, it's whatever. It's 7 rounds to go. Just hope for the best. I have cover in mid and defence, so it's just long-term injury in the forward line, or short-term injury in the forward line, then I'm in trouble. But again, I'm taking the risk. It might pay off, it might not. Trade out Bianco or Newcombe or Bramble this week. Probably trade Newcombe, keep Bramble and Bianco as cover. Atkins to wait a week to get Norton. Just go Atkins. Don't really trust Norton. He's going to injure himself now, unfortunately. I really fluffed the back end of my season now. I have Highmore in the back lines and 2 budget forwards. SMH. Yeah, it happens. It's for next year, I guess. Hey George, Lawn Cone is Paddy Dow an option as a forward. Even more mid-time with Cripps potentially have surgery. I think Cripps is okay though. Yep, if he's your sub 300k forward, that's fine. Best forward option under 330k. Let's have a quick look. I feel like it's probably good to go-y. Oh, Tom McDonald. Yeah, I'd go Tom McDonald. Would you rather own Bolton or Guthrie? Probably Bolton. I guess the difference between Bolton and another forward is probably lesser than Guthrie. I mean, I guess Richmond are just low on confidence right now. Bolton seems like he's a confidence player. He's due for a good game. So it's not like he's going to go 50-50-50. Richmond have to... I expect them to respond, even though they haven't. And then, like, Bolton's too good to keep stuffing up. And then Guthrie is just... Probably he's fine, but it's whatever. Tappy says, how do I get a notification for this video when I'm not subscribed? I don't know. Hey George, first year playing Supercoach, love your vids, thank you. For my phone upgrade, should I trade in Danger this week and then a 420k next week? So it's Danger and a 420k defender, or Dale this week and a 500k defender. Both leave me with one injury trade. 500k defenders. There's a few good ones, I think. Like Jaden Shaw, if you don't have him. Nick Newman's, with Doherty out, he's got that roll back. Like Ridley, if you don't have him. Short without Hooley. Salem. Let's look at the 420k defenders. Oh, there's trash everywhere. Trash. Injuries and trash. I think you got to skip Danger and go Dale, unfortunately, and then just grab a whoever you want, like Ridley if you don't have him. Salem, I guess. Salem's 100 average for the year. Yeah, I think it's Dale and Salem or something, or Ridley if you don't have him. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Our last Q&A for this year, and yeah, should be good. So we'll still do podcasts and weekly videos and stuff. So that'll be all good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.